Oh, so you thought Yandy and Mendeecees were the perfect love and hip-hop couple? Think again, because things have just taken a wild turn. I mean, this drama is so bad. It's career-ending, relationship-destroying, and scandalous in a way that could make even the most loyal fans gasp. Word on the street is that Mendeecees didn't just lose his cool, oh no. He completely snapped. And get this, it all happened in public, with cameras rolling and fans screaming. Yandy's reaction to the situation? Let's just say she handled it in a way that will leave you shocked. So what caused Mendeecees to lose his mind? Well, when you find out what Yandy did and who was involved, you'll totally understand why Mendeecees lost it. And let me tell you, it's messy. Scrappy's name is being thrown around in connection with this, and there are receipts, scalding ones at that. The mess doesn't stop there, though. After Mendeecees was escorted out of the venue by security, Yandy wasn't done. She said something on camera that could potentially end Mendeecees' entire career. Now, Scrappy. Oh, honey, he walked into the room like he knew exactly what was about to go down. You need to brace yourselves because the tea I'm about to spill? It's beyond messy. If you thought Yandy and Mendeecees were living their happily ever after, you might want to reconsider. After the scandal that just went down, their relationship could be done for good. And when I say done, I mean burned to the ground. Never speak to me again kind of done. The way this drama started, you won't believe it. So let's rewind a bit and break down how we got here, because this wasn't just a sudden meltdown. This was years in the making. Yandy and Mendeecees have been one of the most talked about couples on Love and Hip Hop. Fans have witnessed them go through it all, the cheating rumors, legal issues, shady business moves, and through it all, Yandy stuck by Mendeecees. She was the ultimate ride or die chick. But behind closed doors, Mendeecees wasn't exactly showing the same loyalty. Word is, he's been moving shady for a while now, and Yandy? Well, she's known the truth for some time. But last night, it all came crashing down. According to sources, things started like any other date night. Yandy and Mendeecees were spotted walking into a fancy Atlanta lounge, looking like the perfect power couple. Yandy was rocking a designer dress. Mendeecees was looking sharp with a fresh haircut, and from the outside, everything seemed perfect. But insiders say something was off right from the moment they walked in. Yandy looked tense, while Mendeecees was glued to his phone. It wasn't long before things started to fall apart. They were seated in the VIP section when Scrappy walked in. Now, we all know that Scrappy and Mendeecees' relationship is complicated. They've always seemed friendly on the surface, but behind the scenes, there's been some tension brewing. And last night, that tension exploded. One person who was at the lounge said Scrappy walked over to give Yandy a hug, and Mendeecees' face immediately changed. He went from looking calm to visibly pissed off. Here's where it gets real messy. After Scrappy left the table, Yandy reportedly leaned over to Mendeecees and said something that made his entire body tense up. Witnesses say Mendeecees slammed his glass down on the table, visibly angry. He said, "So that's what we're doing now?" Yandy responded, "I don't know what you're talking about." And that's when things really popped off. Mendeecees reportedly stood up and said, "Don't play with me, Yandy. Don't sit here in my face and act like you don't know what's going on." Yandy rolled her eyes and responded, "If you're so pressed, why don't you go ask Scrappy?" At this point, Mendeecees was fuming. His face went red and he leaned in and said through gritted teeth, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Yandy, without missing a beat, responded, "I think you know exactly what it means." Mendeecees' hands were shaking, and as he took a step toward Yandy, security started moving in. But before they could reach him, Mendeecees grabbed Yandy's arm, not hard enough to hurt her, but enough to draw attention. Yandy quickly snatched her arm away and said, "Don't touch me." That's when Mendeecees completely lost it. He flipped the table, sending glasses and bottles flying everywhere. People started screaming and security rushed to hold him back. As they dragged Mendeecees out of the lounge, he was still yelling at the top of his lungs. "Who the hell do you think you are, Yandy? You think you can make a fool out of me?" Yandy just smiled and said, "Maybe you should ask Scrappy." At this point, security was escorting Mendeecees out of the lounge, but he wasn't done. He screamed, "Tell me the truth, Yandy. I deserve to know." Yandy stood there, unfazed, fixing her hair like nothing had happened. Then guess who walked in? Scrappy. Scrappy walked in, completely relaxed, and made eye contact with Mendeecees as security escorted him out. Mendeecees screamed, "It's him, isn't it? You've been seeing Scrappy behind my back." Yandy didn't deny it. Instead, she said maybe you should have been paying more attention. Mendeecees lunged towards Scrappy, but security quickly pulled him back. Scrappy just shrugged and said, "It is what it is, bro." Now, behind the scenes, Mendeecees is reportedly losing his mind. Sources say he's already contacted his lawyers and is planning to cut Yandy off financially, emotionally, the whole 9 yards. One insider said that Mendeecees feels completely betrayed, not just by Yandy, but by Scrappy too. He's not letting this slide. And Yandy? Well, she's not hiding her feelings either. The morning after the incident, she posted a cryptic Instagram story saying, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." Now the question is, how long has this been going on? Did Yandy really cheat on Mendeecees with Scrappy? And why isn't Scrappy even trying to deny it? It gets even crazier because Mendeecees is planning to tell his side of the story, and trust me, the details he's about to reveal will shake love and hip-hop to its core. So, what happens next? Is Yandy about to lose everything, or will Mendeecees come out of this looking like the victim? It gets messier, trust me. After Mendeecees was dragged out of the lounge, things started to spiral fast. Yandy and Scrappy were spotted together again, pulling up to a luxury hotel in downtown Atlanta. They weren't even trying to hide it. And the next morning, Yandy posted another shady Instagram story with Scrappy driving, saying, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." Fans immediately started putting the pieces together and the drama exploded online. But it doesn't stop there. Mendeecees wasn't just upset about being cheated on. It was the public humiliation that pushed him over the edge. His name was dragged through the mud, and he wasn't going to let it slide. He's already working behind the scenes to get revenge. Sources say Mendeecees has already reached out to Mona Scott Young, the executive producer of Love and Hip Hop, and is demanding that Scrappy be removed from the show. Mendeecees is even threatening to sue Scrappy for emotional distress and interfering with his business. And get this, Mendeecees allegedly has proof, including text messages showing that Yandy was meeting with Scrappy while he was out of town on business, using their joint business account to fund their secret trips. Yandy is trying to play it cool, but sources say behind the scenes, she's worried. In fact, she's already reached out to Mona Scott Young to try and contain the situation. But Mona? She smells a ratings opportunity. And if that wasn't enough, Mendeecees is reportedly working on a diss track to expose Yandy and Scrappy. The lines are brutal, and Scrappy has heard them. He's not happy about it. So now the question is, what happens next? Is Yandy really standing by Scrappy, or is she playing a long game? And Scrappy, does he really think Mendeecees is going to let this slide? With a lawsuit, a diss track, and an explosive confrontation at the Love and Hip Hop reunion on the horizon, things are about to get even messier. Stay tuned because the drama is far from over.